Hello there! Welcome back to Magic of Choice, a channel dedicated to providing you with effective personal development tips infused with ancient empowerment magic. Today, I want to talk to you about a topic that I love because I'm a huge Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. Now, this video is 2 years after Avengers Endgame, so we all know who Thanos is. He is the biggest villain in the MCU so far, and he is definitely dead. He's been killed. But I want to ask you, why is he the villain? Do you know what is the reason, what is the intention behind him wanting to wipe out the whole universe? He grew up and he saw the brutality of the lack of resources and what it does to humans, or to his beings, his people. And because of that trauma, he decided that it's best to kill off half of the universe so that the rest has enough resources to continue growing. Now, we know that that's a crazy thought, right? But again, if you just look at the intention behind his actions, he, in his mind, is trying to save the world. As terrible as what he tried to do, or what he did, was he tried to save the world. So why would that make him a villain again? Now, there are two big reasons why he became a villain, even or despite of his noble intentions. One is that he had this huge trauma growing up, and I'm guessing he never dealt with it. He never faced it, he never healed it, whatever. And so he allowed his actions or his decisions to be made from that traumatized version of himself. And those traumas shaped his beliefs, shaped his world, his viewpoint, to the point that he believes the only thing that will save the universe is to kill half of it. The second reason is that despite all these feedbacks from the almighty gods and heroes, he refused to question his decision. He insisted that his way was the right way, without caring about the consequences or about the pains that his actions have caused and will cause. Does this sound like someone you know? Someone who takes action based on the belief systems that were built from childhood traumas, who insist or who refuse to take in other opinions or another viewpoints, other perspectives. Does it sound like someone you know? Come on. Here's the thing. We all do this to an extent. We have all been there. You've done this, I've done this, and we may continue doing this in different areas at different stage of our life. Most of us have grown up and have encountered one, if not many, traumatic events. Even those with good parents, it's likely that your parents were not able to meet your every needs, and it's not their fault. That's just how and where the world was at the moment. And these traumatic events, as well as the things your parent taught you, the things society taught you, all the society and cultural programmings, all these become your belief system, become the foundation that you stand on, from which you make decisions or from which you take actions. And if at some point you choose to change or to challenge certain limiting beliefs, then you will be presented with a new perspective of life. And that, whatever the old limiting belief, hopefully will be gone. And the actions that you will take in the future will no longer, hopefully, be fueled by those limiting beliefs that you have worked on. That's how most of us work. And some of us have done a lot of work, a lot of personal work. Some have done very little. But what I'm trying to say is that humans tend to make decisions based on the things or the bad things that happen to them, and they can refuse to challenge or to even to question those actions and those beliefs. Now, I believe and I know in my heart that 99.9% of humans are good. We're all good people who want to do good, who have the desire to do good. Whether or not they do good, it's a different talk. But I believe that most humans are good. It's probably hard to believe in that if you look outside your window, right? I mean, the world right now doesn't really represent the fact that 99.9% of humans are good. And that's because we can be misguided. We may not have all the information when we try to do something. We may not be skilled or trained in doing the right thing that serves the highest good of all. So many people insist on the belief systems and the viewpoints that they hold, whether or not they understand that it's informed based on traumas. And the same people insist that their way is the right way, and they vilify anyone and everyone else who does not agree with them. Now, if you have 100 people or 99 people who want to do good, who have the desire to do good and who are trying to do good, but they don't check themselves, they insist that their way is the right way, and they are intolerant of other people's way of beings, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be chaos. There's not going to be acceptance. There's not going to be harmony. There's not going to be a lot of love. Instead, there's separation. Instead, there's hatred. And there's pains and sufferings. Now, I'm an initiate and a healer and a teacher in an ancient lineage, the modern mysteries school. And the biggest thing, or I guess the motto that we have in our school, is that we train ourselves and we teach others to know thyself. That, to me, is the most important work. Know thyself. Know myself. Know yourself. Know thyself. And I've done this for years. And I'll tell you this. It is hard work. It is very hard because there are times, or pretty often, you have to face yourself. You have to tell yourself the truth about where you may be doing the wrong thing, where you may be hurting others. You have to tell yourself the truth and make amends for the illusions that you have created, the pains that you have put on yourself and others, and it's hard. And one thing I will tell you after the hard work, with all this hard work that I've done, is that the programming, the cultural, societal, whatever programming and belief systems that you have created since you were born, they hold on to you and you hold on to them very strongly, like very strongly. Whenever you have to challenge, or whenever anyone has to challenge themselves, challenge their viewpoint and the belief system, it is not an easy task, because your mind and your programming is going to try to do everything it can to tell you that you're crazy to question anything. You're crazy to even believe that any other way of being is possible. It's going to vilify the new information that you're trying to take in. It's going to try to vilify other people who's trying to give you the new teachings and a new wisdom, a new perspective. But it is a work that has to be done, because when we don't clean ourselves up, when we don't truly reflect, we don't heal ourselves of all the belief systems and all the viewpoints that do not contribute to a better, greater, more loving, more harmonious world, we end up repeating the cycle of pains, of this resonance. we end up continuously hurting ourselves and hurting others in the process. We kind of end up being the Thanos, in our life. Okay, so in movies, like in MCU movies, okay, Captain America is good, right? Thanos is bad. It's very black and white. It's very clear who's good, who's bad. But real life is not so. If we believe that 99.9% of people are good, but look at the world around us, this means that most people are good, but they're also good people who make bad decisions. Some can be terrible decisions that have consequences for generations to come. And that's because real life is messy. It's not that nothing clear cut, black and white. If you do this, then this happens. It's hard, especially when you're living in an interconnected world. There are two things that I hope to impart on you to help you kind of discern, in all this messiness. And this is why I do what I do, by the way. I hope to give you the tools that you need to be able to discern what is the good or the best action to take at any moment that will best serve your highest good and the highest good of all beings. And I'll talk a little bit more about some of the sessions and the trainings that I offer at the end of the video. And for now, I want to share with you two, pieces of wisdom that can help you navigate this information overload and madness, and help you perhaps make better decisions in the future. The first thing is stop vilifying others. It is super easy to make somebody else bad, putting others down in order to make us or you feel good about yourself, in order to make you right, to be defensive, to defend your way of being, your beliefs, blah, blah, blah. It's super easy. It's super tempting. But if you at any moment choose to no longer believe that the other person who disagrees with you is a villain, but choose that they perhaps have their own reasons for making the decision that they did, and perhaps there are other perspectives that you don't know, that you don't understand yet. If you resist that urge to make others bad people, I can guarantee you will learn a lot. You'll be able to expand your mind and your perspectives, and expand your inner world and outer world a lot. The second thing is that in a messy world, the best way to know if you did the right thing is to look at the result of your action. And the result can be the external goals that you have set, but mostly for now, I want you to focus on you, on your inner world. And it's not always about you feeling good, by the way, because growth is not comfortable. Growth is hard. Growth is actually the opposite of comfort. So you may not feel good, but does it make you a better person? Does it make you feel calmer? Does it make you feel more loving to yourself and to others? Does it bring in harmony? Does it make you feel peaceful? Do you feel peace every day when you go home and go to sleep? If not, why? What can you do to bring more peace to yourself and to your life? Because if you don't know peace, how can you help anyone else know peace? How can you help build a world of peace if you don't have that within you? So look at the results of your actions. Look at who you become with each actions you take. And you'll be able to build an ability to discern your actions. Know, when you're not in alignment, and when you are in alignment, and when you are doing the best thing that serves the highest good of all. One more thing about Thanos is that he had all his people trying to fight him and trying to tell him that he's doing a terrible thing, that he's wrong, right? But he's so insistent on his way. And the fact is that, yes, you have the answer within you. And I'm here to help empower you to find the answers within you. I'm here to give you the tools, the knowledge, the teachings to for you to become more connected to your true self and to make decisions for yourself and to create the life that you truly want. As much as that is true, there's another truth, is that you or we don't know what we don't know. We can't tickle ourselves. If there are things that you're lying to yourself, like big lies to yourself, if you have created an illusion in your life, it is quite hard for you alone to break through that. And that's why relationships are important. That's why you need to relate to others. You need to connect with others who will challenge you and help you grow. And that's why the Mystery School path exists. Because all the tools, all the classes, the healings, the sessions, and the energy on this path, what it does is to give you, one, a mirror. It shows you the consequences of your actions. It shows you where you're not in alignment with your true self. And it helps. And the path, as well as the people on the path, help break through, the lies and the illusions that that you have told yourself, or you're telling yourself, in order to avoid, whatever it is that you truly want. And I've done that multiple times. I've had people who put their foot down and tell me things that I didn't want to hear. I've had so many times where after meditation, I'm like, shoot, I heard what I needed to hear, but I don't want to do it. But I'll do it anyway. And I would highly, highly, highly recommend you to look into the Modern Mystery School path, the tools that we have, the things that we can offer. Now, everything that we do on this path is to help you know yourself, know thyself. And there are 3 specific tools that I want to address right now that I can offer. The first one is sanctuary meditation, or I call it figure out your own answer. Sanctuary meditation is an ancient technique that helps you connect with your higher self. And your higher self is that aspirational version of yourself, that version of yourself that is everything that you want to be. Maybe that version of yourself is brave, is strong, is caring, is loving, and that version of yourself knows what you need to do at any moment in order to move forward. And in the sanctuary meditation training, you'll be handed down the technique to connect with this this future version of yourself anytime you want to. So check out my calendar in the description box. And if you're in the Bay Area, I would love to see you in class. If you're not in the Bay Area, I would still encourage you to contact me, because I can refer you to somebody closer to you who also have the same offerings. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had a fun time exploring Thanos and exploring the MCU a little bit more from a more, metaphysical viewpoints. And if you like Avengers MCU style videos like this, feel free to let me know in the comment section, and I would love to do more because I'm a huge fan. Please share this with somebody else who may benefit from this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, and I love you.